Hello everyone, this is Stevie on Heartbound, and today we're coming back to Oxygen Not Included. This is a kind of a special episode just for fun. So, to make a long story really short, there's an achievement called Life Found a Way. It's in the lab, it's an achievement nobody really gets. And on my own personal time, I was going for it, and now I'm really close to actually getting it. So, I'm going to show you how to get it, and I'm going to get it. So... here's the thing. When I went into this, I did not expect to survive. But the biggest killer in this game is having too many duplicates. So I kept with 3 for almost 100 days. As you can tell, work was kind of slow. But they all have the diver's lungs trait. So they don't take up a whole lot of oxygen. But first we'll review kind of what I did, and then we'll kind of actually finish it. As you can tell by the thumbnail, I have lost my... see this out of the way. Yeah, so... this is gone. Anything that comes in is at 70 degrees. I put some weaselworts here. I tried to put some insulated tiles. Didn't really work out. I have a volcano right underneath our colony. I've got some insulated tiles. That's kind of working. The world has a frozen core. If I really, really needed it, then I'd just go in there. Temperature-wise, we're not doing too hot, but we're doing enough. So... let's see, where is it? So I have this little ventilation system here. This is for carbon dioxide. Instead of, you know, handling it like you would with an algae cleaner or, you know, a different way, I decided I'd just pump it out. What I did is I saw when the asteroid landed, it opened up this little pocket here into space. So I decided I'd just build a vent up there and just jettison the carbon dioxide out. And I thought just getting rid of it would be simpler. Test my chat widget while I'm rambling. So this is the actual thing. What color are we today? I'm blue today. That works. Got neutronium stuff. Stuff we can't really do anything with. So yeah, the core of this world is frozen. So my main thought was if this got too bad, I guess go down. Didn't really need it, but I do need to eventually get things under control. So as soon as I get this printable, like I said, the thing that kills colonies is having extra duplicates. Now, if they had diver's lungs, that might be different. But we're going to just reject all this. I can't do anything with it. I do have some Paku here. They're kind of providing food. I'm just letting them be as is. But like I said, progress is slow. And they are currently suffocating because this is unbreathable. But you know what? That's okay. I remember which one's which. Hold on. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is switch this on. And one of them when they have, when they feel like it. Now, let me show you what they're kind of doing. She's my generator. But basically, I have Nisbet on life support. I have Marie on operating, so she'll come over here and operate these stuff. And Amari is our chef, and he builds stuff. So she'll do that. I prefer she use the one up here, but it doesn't really matter. But now this will start getting rid of all the garbage. And this has an added benefit of, see how the temperature is like 50? Well, some of it. Anyway. It's supposed to be colder. That was badly explained, but... Well, I guess we got rid of the cold, didn't we? At one point, this was a cold biome. But originally, that was to cool this place down. But that's why I have it opened right here. Oh, this is where we're supposed to cook. And very slowly, we're getting stuff cleaned up. But when you have 3 colonists, that's just kind of what you have to deal with. So yeah, we have this to clean up the garbage. That way this doesn't suffocate. Then we have some oxygen diffuser, which good luck running out of algae in our current situation. We have a lot of chlorine being produced. I don't really have a use for it. We do have access to this hominium synthesizer, but I haven't figured out a real use case for it. I'm just kind of leaving it alone. That's not useful. Well, it's useful, but not right now. So for something that just needs to survive 100 days, I think I did alright. This is a kind of overheating, but we're fine. We got the Pacu. We've got this little guy down here. It's not super efficient, but it works. I see them to survive. Yeah. And then when that's not complete garbage, I'll switch them off. See, that one's starting to bring up blue. We'll switch that off. We'll leave that one on. So we don't want to get rid of the blue. Well, this is fine. That also draws less power. Lets her work a little bit better. Her agriculture is now better. Where you at? Buddy, oh pal. It's like they want to be able to breathe. Yeah. So they'll do that while she takes care of our food. This is in a sterile place. So on top of this getting rid of gas, this is a sterile environment just because it's constantly in flux. And that's just natural. But like I said, the only goal here is to survive, not be super special. I think we're doing fine. Yeah. Here's all. See, what you kind of want to do is get more duplicates so you get work done faster, but that's not the goal here. This will make the gas be oxygen dominant and cause us less problems. Ideally we'd research, but nah. Once this gets full, they'll go on to other things, and this will kind of happen passively. I thought it was clever. So, 3 more days. Let's see, what did I research this entire time? I went for food when I did this. I do have access to batteries, but I don't have access to refined metal, I think. Has basic rudimentary stuff. Nothing super fancy. I probably need to find refined metal before I get too into it. Like I said, it's an outdated world. This was before the aquatic pack came out. Sure. I could activate it, but there's no need. It's one of the games I get super excited about, but I don't have time to really sit down with it. So this was an excuse to actually finish this. Got plenty of food. Okay, so now we got power. Now they'll go do other things. And they're going to work on food. Yay. Everyone likes walking through chlorine and knee-deep water. I mean, it keeps us fed. It keeps us alive. See what we're doing in here. Overpressure, you say? Yeah, I was fixing to say, that should be going. Is it really going out into space? This is supposed to be the void. Just flat out garbage everywhere. But this is oxygen again, so that's what we want. Downtime. I have 3 things. This is like 8 on urgency. Because otherwise they just won't clean up after themselves. Probably a little germy, but with all the chlorine, I don't think that's an immediate issue. He got his food right off the ground, as nature intended. It's a major eye irritation just to liven up the mood. Yay. Let's see. We'll make a few of these, just for fun. Do. Make things a little bit fancy. Do. Let's see. We'll leave those alone. Those seeds are actually kind of hard to get. Ideally, we take the food out of here, put it in the freezer, but it's not really an emergency right now because I don't want them to go all the way over here to get food. Okay, 2 more days. Actually, 6. For a bunch of people I didn't expect to survive, we did pretty good, I think. Do. How are we doing there? Still just filtering out the gunk. which is ideal. Yay! As their athletics get higher, they'll move faster. Right now it's fine. We have ways to counteract everything. Look at them go. Nothing's really going to get clean unless I leave them alone and just let them work. But right now it's fine. See, I have a problem here. This seems like I just let the chlorine go down like normal instead of building up and going around. But this, for some reason, is about 500 degrees. So I solved that and I fixed it, but I don't know how I'm going to deal with that. I have a volcano like right underneath everything. You gotta get those insulated tiles. 2 layers is usually better if you can get them in time. But it's just so much. Because you have to get things done immediately, but you don't have the research immediately. They're just gonna make a fun snack. That's our goal right now. Nice and sterile. A little hot, but it's fine. So my choices are, I can put it in here where it's not sterile. Or I can put it in here where it's unrefrigerated, but it's sterile. Choices, choices. Also, when he cooks, it's going to take some power, so... Hopefully Marie is willing to put up with us for a second. But considering what the scenario is, I think it's quite nice. There that goes. It's just smoking. Put on carbon dioxide, but with our system, you're already okay. Maybe switch this off for just a smidge. Just so the other stuff can kind of get away. Probably wouldn't matter, but, you know. Mainly just kind of save power while she's doing that. It's gonna take a second, isn't it? Oh, funny. I guess we have 1 Weezewort, 2 Weezeworts, 3 Weezeworts. Okay, yeah. It'll stay cold, but only to a point. Now, I could probably get the dupe pirate achievement here. Now that I think about it. I wasn't actively going for it, but... Let's see. Yeah, this is what we're going for now. I found a way. Nobody has that achievement. There's an achievement for just... Oh, yeah. Super sustainable. We might actually just go for that. That'll be in my own private time, but... Thou knoweth what I mean. It all works out. Only problem with them going up here is it's not very safe. I do have these to try and make it a little bit less hot, but I don't know if that's really working out. I mean, it's better than nothing. Sure, he appreciates the popped eardrums. Also, that means any duplicate I bring in here is immediately going to have popped eardrums, be on fire, pretty much everything. Welcome to the colony. This actually saved me, you know. Because there's a... Yeah, there's a volcano here. And the volcano was erupting and damaging this stuff here. And made this a lot hotter than it was originally. There's polluted water, guys, where I saw above it, so I just made a ladder down. And this won over the volcano. So if you ever have a volcano that you want to deal with, just have a slush geyser take it out. That is entirely viable. Like little Rex creatures. We could eventually do a supply or teleporter stuff, but... Nah. If I ever wanted to, if I could handle 1,000 degrees, I can grab that and have my refined metal problem solved. I think I was originally going to use this for that stuff. Didn't quite work out, you see. That's still going. Takes a minute, doesn't it? That's fine. Gonna be chlorine again. I think we're okay. Maybe we'll eat better soon. Soon, TM. Well, this is how you beat the scenario. Nice and peaceful. Now, as far as thriving goes, that could be an entirely different category. I think we're okay. Probably should poke into there. I don't know what I do with the water weight though. Look at them go. Got a plus terrible meal. Plus terrible meal. Plus terrible meal. Eating garbage in unison. Who needs research? We have oxygen again. And that's getting close to being set. That's fine. We make berry sludge when we get the chance. That's kind of interesting. In its own special way. Yay. One more cycle to go. I just wanted to make one thing of this. We'll take, well, leave them alone. Because I saw them bring the fish fillets over. That is our colony. One more day. And our experience here will end. But yeah, there's probably a more efficient way to do this, but this was my way. We got to the point where I was going to start organizing stuff and dropping it down here to make this our storage. It'll work out? I'm not really sure, but we're going to put water over here. Yeah. This was going to be just water. Then we were going to use the metal refinery. Do all that. Nothing super unusual. Yeah. When they get time and I don't bother them with silly stuff, I start cleaning up. So the place doesn't look like a disaster. But spoiler, it looks like a disaster. Eventually, one day, we'll make it look pretty. Take care of that. A little bit cleaner. And that'll go up there. We've got a plan. Store that in there. Eventually that'll be our big storage, but not right now. There's the veggie poppers. Wherever it went. Here he comes. Time to get the colony's food. Marvelous. You can do it, Amari. Beat that thing up. There we go. Food doubled. See, the best part of cooking is beating up the machine. That'll give us a bit more food to go through. Life found a way, you see. Yay. Gotta make sure they don't suffocate. We should be more than okay for a while. They've got their figs, and they've got the Paku. Good old cleaning. This thing actually was a real pain in the butt to build. I had to put all hands on deck for it. But we got through it. And I think eventually, this is like 17 degrees. I think eventually it might make this little less hot. In theory. I don't know, we'll see. I haven't seen any results yet, but in theory that should be make this little less hot at some point. Not anytime soon. I don't want to build up here. Just for the fun of it. Probably need to oxygenate this first though. Right now it's kind of not usable. But they're cleaning the little area. Look at them go. Eventually I'll have them start smelting and we'll move on to the next stuff. Well, that's not important. I'll let them clean that up and then we'll dig. Okay, they got the dig thing done. When they've cleaned up everything, then we'll move on to the next thing. But we're real close to the end. Unless it survived past the 100th day. I don't know why I was procrastinating on doing this. But it made good stream content, I think. If I find an excuse, I'll play the aquatic DLC. I already have it. But I do like this little world I have here. I think what I want to do. Add bleach stone to that. That way it won't off gas in the water. Start getting that stuff out of here so we can have a little bit of cleanliness. Also doing this thing. Go team go. To bed. I guess I've got to eat first. Guess who's got veggie poppers? Consider it a reward for a job well done. You guys deserve some luxury, right? Veggie poppers for surviving 100 days. They are appreciated. Yes, that vent is interesting. It's keeping us alive. Yay. Do it again. Frost brew is kind of interesting. Like, part of me wants to actually get one, because I will need more. That's so tough. We'll just leave our 3 heroes be. This colony is about to hit cycle 100. Took me about 20 hours to get here. Frozen core, large glaciers, geoactive, volcanic activity. The Relica cluster. We survived. Yay. Recycle 100 with 1 living duplicate. I guess we have to survive the 100th cycle. Maybe. I don't know. Where's my achievement? Yay. I'm never going to use that. But it's kind of funny. Okay, one more day, I guess. I assume. Survive 100 cycles. Well, maybe it's after the meteor collides, because it doesn't collide immediately. We're going to be here a little bit longer, I think. Hold on. If I'm right... Hold on. When did you land? It's been a minute. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. We're on pretty safe stuff. When do you land? Maybe it's 110 days. Because it takes a minute for it to get there. It's not immediate. Okay, we're gaming a little bit longer today. Which is fine by me. Leave that. That's a new effect I haven't noticed before. That must be with the new aquatic update. Okay, we're on cleaning duty. Let's clean up this garbage. Clean up our bathrooms like we're not savages. Time to clean stuff up. And then once that's clean, we'll see where we are on days. This has the added bonus of not making my game lag. It also keeps them busy. That's blocked off. Get rid of this. And that's probably gonna get them hurt. Everything else will leave be. I think we're set. I really want them to clean stuff up though. Oh, yeah, we can mop this. When they get time, of course. Okay, we still got oxygen up there. Give that time to kind of compact itself. Oh yeah. I need to mop that too. It's not a glamorous job, but we want to be able to live on this asteroid. Problem is I have ice just kind of like laying around everywhere. Got some more food for the colony. You're really not liking those Louise words. Once I get this kind of situated, then I'll think about dipping back into research. The thing is, I need all that brine ice. I need that in here. So I have enough for the smelter. Which I will then... That should connect it, yeah. I need to fill this with water. Which is what this is for. I need them to get situated though. Bum, 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 bum. What I should probably do... Actually. We could put you... Where we're going to turn you. Yeah. Yeah, I know what I'll do. We'll dig this up. And you... Yeah, that's fine. I'll put that there. And I'll take this. Two more. There we go. Give that a little bit more space. The final frontier. Okay. That'll work. This. Okay. A little bit of a gross area, but they'll be okay. Eventually we're going to use the entire map at some point, but... I'm going to save. They're probably going to have to power up the stuff again. That's fine. Probably need to make this a little bit better. But that's not an immediate concern. This wouldn't be too bad for an area. It is a little bit warm, but we're fine. Okay, that's set. I don't need power, do I? Get some of this gunk out. We don't need a build-up, do we? Let that go on while we have power. Definitely don't want to do that. Okay. That should hold. Okay. Just a little bit higher. I'll take care of that. All that is a bunch of ice. Put the water in the water. I guess while I'm thinking about it. No, that's stupid. No, that's also stupid. Yeah, what I thought was fine. And that means this entire place will be flooded. Oh, you know what I could do, actually? Oh, we'll wait on that until we get more water. Actually. That'll work. I'll grant us access to this. See, who needs the aquatic pack to get all this sorted out? As long as he doesn't die, it's fine. Now the magma looks different than I remember, but that's fine. How are we doing here? And turn that off. Let that build back up. Save on some power. Eventually that's going to be a whole lot of hot water. So I'm hoping the egregious amount of stuff here, the water I put in there, that'll eventually melt. Then comes the chaos. Sure, I'm glad these aren't aggressive. Got some power. What do I need to research, I wonder? What would I actually use? I don't want a filter of some sort. Where's my filter? You know, we do have a lot of hot water. We don't really get sick a whole lot. What do I actually want? No, there's one that it separates the gases. Can't think of where it's at. Might already have it. Feel like it should be here somewhere. Barely. Where art thou? Do, 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 do. Do I already have it? Surely not. Maybe I do. Hold on. Oh, I do have it. Okay. fixing to say. Oh, you know what I could do? I can put it down here, couldn't I? That is awful. No, I can't. I'd have a set up. Okay. Never mind, I can't do what I wanted to do. I had to just deal with it. Let's focus on one project at a time. I guess since we aren't done, you guys have to vomit up the veggie poppers. Sorry. Away he goes. We can put ice up here, can't we? No, we won't put ice up here. Yeah. We want to put everything else up here. Okay, good. Actually clean this up for once, because this is like the 5th time it's actually spilled. That would be nice. It's gotta be done. Not this. At least as they get faster, they don't have to run as far. Probably want to do something about this chlorine, but it's also probably keeping my base clean. We have to constantly run through it. It's certainly not intentional. But it's coming from over here. And it's kind of just there. It kind of works, even if it's a little bit weird. Enjoy your veggie poppers. Yay, another day down. Trying to think if I want something researched or not. But I think I'm happy where we are. That's kind of pretty. I like the aquatic update. I'll play it one day. I own it. I got all sorts of. I had to wall this off because they kept trying to go up here. It's just too hot. Too dangerous. Actually, you know what I should do? I should probably make an exosuit forge. That might be interesting. I can actually claim some of this stuff. But that means I'd have to kind of seal this off. And that makes the very wrong assumption that we were ready for that. Look at all those knit larvae. We'll deal with those at some point, I'm sure. Well, he's doing that. That seems fine. Guess we could probably clean the water out of the water. I clean that up. We're gonna be civilized at some point. She's so happy. Give that up too. Yay, cleanliness. Look at them go. We're so ready to flood that with water. That's gonna be awesome. Yay. There we go. Didn't even need to open the door. Just splash. I am super happy, but I still have to breathe. The whole water thing's more of a long-term goal. And guess what's going to happen when the water gets too high? Is we're actually going to have to learn how to swim. Looking nice. We make the most wonderful of creations, don't we? Guarantee any pro will come and look at this and have a hernia. But it works for me. That's what counts. So anyway, I'm thinking 110 days is probably what it needs for the achievement. If 100 doesn't work. Which is fine. It's not that big of a deal. We're actually going to come up there. You know, I could probably make something a little more cozy, couldn't I? Send these guys to the cozy zone. Yay. Oh, look. That's an oxygen. Okay, apparently I can't click you. There's a baby. There we go. A dartlet. They're just up here living their life until they give us food. By dying of old age. Every 50 days we get a little bit of food. It's a long-term investment. That's set. Clean up this area. Eventually I'll go up here to this critter fluxomatic. Which I'm sure I'll use for something. Nice and clean. This should be safe. Kind of. Yeah, I think we're in a good position there. It's not perfect. I'm gonna dig down to the frozen core, that'd be fun. For when you really need ice. Do do do. Well, that's about set. That's nice. He's gonna get down to this dartlet now. Advance. A single page of a long printout remains legible. I scanned it and added to my database. Assignments came in this morning. I'm officially leading the Gravitas arm of the Clear Skies Coalition. I requested Higsby and Gossman for my crew. Gossman might be a little salty about deprioritizing her Swarmcraft sensor project again, but she never let that get in the way. The director said Gossman's a no-go. Third crew member of some CSC contest winner who pitched the top LEO debris cleanup solution last year. I must have made a face, because the director arched an eyebrow and asked if I had something to say. No, ma'am, I babysat worse. There's one more eventuality to plan for. Our space tourism program depends on the traveling through LEO and beyond. Plus, that's the warm-up for resettlement missions. Not much hope for either of those right now, given I'm the only one who can dodge all the debris we have left up there. We need an interstellar highway, not cosmic Frogger. So we need to activate both sides, which I believe is on another planet. How are we doing on algae? If I could remember, where's the thing? Yeah, we're fine. We have, like, a lot. We also have algae here, here, and here. We're in no danger of anything happening. And if we are, we can make a hydro thing. But we're fine. That could be useful. We'll hit those roads when we get there. Not a moment before. As you know, everything's on fire. See, this is 85 degrees now, so I wonder if this is actually working. Any printables available? Got oxalite. Let's see. You're the exact opposite of what we need. See, in theory, she could be good, but yeah. Let's just get some more oxygen. Even if that's hot, it's fine. Oh yeah, I never send people up here to clean, so if you're wondering what we've got rosebush, aloe vera, fungal spore, seeds. We got some coal, we got some sand, we got some ice, which for some reason hasn't melted. Should probably do something about that. Got some algae. I think that's old. We're going to save. So I'm thinking in 110 cycles we should be good. I thought it was 100. I was wrong. Because it says after it lands. It doesn't land immediately. Yeah. We'll get it at some point. This is not a very hospitable place. And I'll put that. Oh, that's not good. Where's my Paku? That was our backup food source. We got plants and stuff, you know, but that was our backup food source. I mean, we have these guys. We have stuff. We're not in danger of dying, but that was our backup food source. Well, that's not too great. Okay. That'll drain the water out of the room. For the time being. It's not like we really need it fixed right now, but I'm just saying. More of a future me problem. I wonder how long it's going to take me to get the super sustainable thing. Because that might be fun. Oh, it's going to take a minute. That's fine. We're using power kind of touch and go anyway. Over the ice there. No drop. Yeah. Beautiful. Kind of worried that Weezewort's gonna break. Yeah, that'll be fine. It'll break eventually, but let it do its thing for a while. Do 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 do. Okay. Got that set properly. Good deal. Yeah, that thing's gone. Yeah, it's gone. I'm not gonna bother trying to save it past that. I yearn for the eggshell. You know, I could just build this a little bit further down. I got a tutorial on radiation. Thanks, game. Yeah, I might just move this down a little bit. Not that big of a deal. Working underwater, as we do. Kind of surprised I didn't go the other way. But I think this is surprisingly better than just breathing in chlorine. Yeah, then as the water fills up here, I can just Pom, 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 pom. And we'll put a switch. I'll actually deconstruct this one. That'll... Yeah. That'll work. That'll still put that off. And we'll take the pipes. There we go. Now everyone can enjoy searing hot stuff with a fraction of the effort. And we'll leave it on top of the igneous rock. I guess we'll put something more interesting here. I haven't decided what yet. Okay, party, back to sleep. I like how they lose radiation when they go to the bathroom. See, minus 55 rads. Pretty radical, if I'd say so myself. Apparently, they don't like doing construction work underwater. That stresses them out, you see. Power snore. Yay. Go back to this. Mainly so I can react in time if something bad happens. Insufficient oxygen generation. Well, that's why we only have 3 duplicates. We're running a very bare bones ship right now. If I had some nickel ore every time I had to build a pipe. That should work. Yeah. Powering this is going to be a feat, but we'll be fine. We got to do it to get to the refined metals. No, my Ovaru fig. That's some world-ending stuff. Do. Go, Mari, go. Do. I'll go and get that started. My question is, why is she not going this way? I might clean this up and wall this off. I'll find a way to do it right. How can I do this? Okay, I gotta preserve it for later. Well, first we'll mop this up. See if I can get away with this. No, I can't. Do. Oh. How do I clean this up? I guess I'll put the, I'll switch these out for wools. Which means I'll need to build another set of ladders. We'll get to that though. You guys don't need air to breathe, right? That would be awkward. She's so happy. Look at this gym. That's how you know you got a good colony going. And just like that, we have stuff. So what we'll do is we'll get rid of this, we'll seal off the things with tiles. And when I'm ready, eventually, I'll figure out, future me will figure out a way to deal with this. Can I just put it... Yeah, this is a good place. Deep in the water is a good place for attack components. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. Well, that's a future me problem. Do that. 36. Once we get rid of those, we'll... Nobody's good enough to activate it. We have not been focused on science. I guess there is air in here, isn't there? What a weird place for air. Do, 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 do. Okay. She's so happy. That'll be about powered. We have options. But I'm not going to use any of them. We're going to wait till the carbon dioxide gets a little bit more thick. Okay, that's set. Do, 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 do. There we go. I was wondering why she didn't want to use this. Put one more here. Yay. We don't have oxygen. Let's go. We're almost there. To oxygen, I mean. There we go. Yay! They'll finish that between now and the end of time. It's just a for fun project anyway. I'll sweep this. That shouldn't be there. That shouldn't be there. Oh wait, never mind. Still wondering why this is 500 degrees, but we're fine. Only there was something nearby that made it that hot. I can't imagine what's doing that. Go team, go. I hope one of them eats your fancy food, by the way. You're just gonna leave it there. Okay, fine. Thanks, Marie. I appreciate the mess. We'll clean it later, I guess. Another day. Sleep faster. There we go. Do, 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 do. Look at them go. What shall they do today? Pum, 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 pum. Yeah, put the veggie poppers away. Marie's being so rude. Alright, let's finish this chaotic mess. So if I'm right, should in 5 days pop the achievement. Okay, that's set. What we're going to do is tile this off. That'll work. That way no more water will get in here until I decide eventually what I want to do with it. There's going to be like hundreds of hours in the future, I'm sure. Still don't get the point of this machine. Why would I want to use this? I'll figure it out eventually. I guess in theory, when I get more actually settled, I could turn this into some sleep room. Question mark? I don't know. You better not seal yourself in, by the way. I got a strange feeling there was a better way to go about this, Murray. That's fine. Don't suffocate on my behalf. Down they go. To build this monstrosity. It looks like the inside of a Five Nights at Freddy animatronic. So you're a stress party? Oh, hold on. What'd I get? Nifty. And that should be hopefully a little bit easier for them to build. But yeah, as soon as I get these walled off, it'll be a really fancy looking fish tank. She's gonna go feed the plants, so she's leaving. That'll solve some problems. Not really, but it'll look prettier. Teamwork makes the dream work. And teamwork in this case involves throwing things down a hole. We use the liquid so things don't off-gas, like the bleach and the oxalate. And it's cold, so we don't have things that are super hot causing problems. Which is actually really nice. I can actually give her a bit of a buff while I'm doing this. If I do the follow cam, it feels like somebody's watching over them. Minus 5% stress. Might as well, right? Take care of my little buddy. What's nice is it auto stacks when that happens. That one there. Oh, I need to do that. Yeah, they'll put all that up in the spot. Oh, she's probably going to put it in normal containers. Which is fine. I do like how their food just kind of like grows outside of the toilet. They actually got burned a lot on the start of this adventure. So that table, even though it looks a little bit weird, was very necessary. They really like that weasel wort. Probably need to start building up there, just so everything's in one spot. See, what's funny, when that machine was designed, it was supposed to, you know, put things in certain spots. But people figured out if it didn't have power, they could just use it as kind of a dump hole, which is how we're using it. Now, for all this place, stuff I'm putting them in. Here, rather, hold on. They're rather relaxed about this. We want to get that ice out of there. Why were you in there? Whatever. Since you're in there, we can take the rest of it. I'm gonna take this too while we're at it. Probably don't want this stuff, but we're gonna take it anyway. Presley don't want this stuff, but can't get that. No, actually, never mind. Alright. That's probably not exciting to watch 500 times in a row. Let's drop on their veggie poppers. I see how it is. They'll get it in the morning, I'm sure. I got printables. Hoomst. Like, I really should add another person, but at the same time, I got a nice thing going on. When I get ready to add another person, I think I'm going to try to use this Omnium Sleeper. See, it's just more oxygen. We don't need more of that. Hold on. Whoa. We're going slow in case something goes wrong. If something goes wrong, then I need to be able to react. But if they're just sleeping, there's no reason not to just speed up time. The Rexes have tough meat, so when they die, we can use the tough meat for this. This one's elderly, so a few more cycles we'll start getting that. It's rare, but yeah. We shall survive. So that's set. Oh, no, it's not set. Yeah, it is. Hold on. It's not set. We need one more. Okay. That's got a bit to go. Yeah, for all the Weezeworts and stuff and the chlorine, we have a spotless colony almost. Next time we have another chlorine surge, that'll fix itself. Disinfecting just costs too much time, especially when you have 3 colonists. So we don't bother. Oh. When I exited out of the machine. Yeah. Okay. My colonists are ahead of me. At least we're doing this now before it gets kind of egregious. Because once I have like tons of ice here, once that melts, that's going to be a lot of water. And when I start running that smelter, that's kind of be it for this. Yay. He found some oxygen. I'm gonna save because I don't feel like I've done it no more. Got some phosphorites. He'll take care of that. They're going to be loud when this area is done with, aren't they? And then they've still got to pick this junk up. Alright. If I was really kind of smart, I'd put another air vacuum in here. Let's build up a little bit more. I wish that worked out, but 500 degrees. I think we're okay as we are. We're getting this done. Got a little oxygen pocket. I like breathing oxygen. Yay. Okay. Look at them go. Okay. She dropped her stuff. I really gotta figure out a way to cool this down. Not that it's an emergency, but one of these days. What was that? Oh. It's a dartlet. Yeah, there's a story behind these triage cots. We got burned a lot by this thing. It was not easy to get under control. Probably need to build another layer, but so far I think it's fine, question mark. You know what? Yeah. That'll make me feel a little bit safer. I haven't been paying a lot of attention to it, but after this project's done, Gotta have something. Or they can do this first, it doesn't matter. Because at some point, I'd like that sorted out. Yeah. This volcano stresses me out. Yeah, every time they go through this, I figure this probably kills whatever germs they have. That's clean. That's the opposite of clean. So that's nice. Probably do something here. I need to start making this place pretty. This is still hot. Okay. They're in their downtime phase. Nothing too much exciting going on there, so we'll skip it. Someone's gonna have to fix that. Yay! My builder has food poisoning. That's not gonna help. But that's fine. It doesn't really matter which order they do things in. I just like it done before the end of time. Okay, and thanks. They work in mysterious ways. Just if you give them too much to do, don't be surprised when it gets kind of scattered done. Like that's kind of scattered. It's actually kind of important. Also, that's pretty. I like the way that looks. If I ever want polluted oxygen, I can go over there. See, if I had somebody researching, I'd be in a little bit of trouble. So if you're wondering why I haven't been researching, that's why. I've got kind of what I need. Everything else is just kind of flavor. Until I get the smelter up operational with the refined metal. And I may just keep it like this just because there's an achievement for it that I don't have. Which would be kind of funny. But it's really just for basic stuff. So this will keep this volcano from wrecking my face later. See, the heat from this is kind of a one-time deal. These things aren't really making more heat. So when that bled onto us, you know, it was a one-time thing. And that volcano down there, that's going to keep causing problems. And this is kind of slowly making this less of an issue. Oh, I'm still on. Stop that. Yeah, that cools down enough. I'm able to use that. Oh, we're already in downtime again. Okay. I am paying attention. Probably should build a pharmacy station just to get him situated. Don't really have a whole lot of space for it though, unless I put it like right here. Could turn one of these into an actual hospital. That's not out of the question. I've already got so many projects kind of on the go. Okay. He's going to be busy building this. That is what they have decided is important. And who am I to make them change? By the way, I took this picture for the thumbnail. Life didn't find a way for these. One is dead. There's a lot we could do. It's just, this is in high temperatures. So I'd rather not touch it. Like, I could technically just get that and make it out of briskets, but it's not worth the risk. Okay. This will keep this causing absolute destruction. It's kind of already bad enough as it is. So you got water here again for some reason. Angry face. Probably clean that up at some point. Not an emergency. He's going to get something. Little by little, we're cleaning up. By the end of cycle 500, maybe we'll have a functioning colony. Yeah, I should probably fix him. Well, by the time I do, he's going to be well anyway. So if something died, she's carrying meat. So that takes care of that. We don't need to hunt. We just wait till old age happens. Oh boy, I sure want some 100-degree salt. I mean, I kind of do, but at the same time, no. That's still sterile. Nothing is optimal, but that's okay. That'll work. We're a little safer from the volcano. Thanks, buddy. Where's Marie? What are you up to? Yeah, it's hot up here. At one point, these were actually usable. What I'm looking for is making sure she's not hurt. Because that will happen. She gets hurt, I have other problems. That means I had to put her on the triage table. I had this because if they have too many skills, they get stressed out because they have higher expectations. So I made sure they were all as dumb as a brick, so they didn't have a whole lot of stress. Oh, yeah, I should probably show that, shouldn't I? She has field research. I need to get a little further, but we're gonna wait till everything is nice and clean and I start getting more decorations. He's my cook. Long term, they have good skills, but for right now, nothing special. I'm probably going to get some more specialists for this colony. I'll make sure everyone else is alive. You're fine. Where is Nisbet? There she is. Everyone's fine. I cleaned that up, but they're going to be running to water anyway. So it's a sample of what will be to come. They didn't used to do that. We appreciate being sunlocked. Yay. Organization. Should probably sweep this. Just so it's all on one tile, so when that melts, it's not a big deal. Oh, you know what I could also probably do? I put some tiles up there. Oh, one more. So we are out of igneous rock. If I'm reading that right. Yeah, we got nothing. Let me check something. Where is my igneous? Hold on. What all about that? Oh, there's some. Let's see. Hold on, bear with me. So we want the gray dots. Gray is an awful color for what I need. Oh, it's this. Just grab it from down here. Nah. Actually, that's a terrible idea. That is very hot, Igneous. We'll leave that there, actually. Alright, new plan. Screw it. Okay. I don't see diver's lungs. Give Nicola his own bedroom. Nah. One day we'll find a duplicate I'm actually happy with. But what we'll do is we'll cancel this. Oh, sandstone. Oh, the water is steam now. We're playing on Steam. Okay. See, he's already healed. We'll re-sweep this. Reason we're doing this is so eventually this will kind of be its own thing. What I really should do is just let them work on their own project. Just one at a time. So it actually finishes. Phone would actually be good at this. But we're not doing optimization. This is just kind of his own thing. Yay. Actually, you know what else we could do? Put another ladder down there. That's what we'll do. So if I'm right, this is the last cycle before we get the actual achievement. But if I'm wrong, I've got some troubleshooting to do. Bum, 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 bum. Nice and clean. Sure, I'm glad there's no dartlets to eat my seeds or whatever they eat. What do you eat? Oh, bleach stone. Yeah, they'll leave my food alone. Well, there's bleach stone in there, but I'm not worried about it. They can eat the bleach stone. Okay. Works for me. That's it. We'll save. One day if I really need that iron, I'll switch that up, but I think we're fine. Yay! If you don't know what happens when I'm doing this, it's all stacking into one pile. So instead of being a bunch of different, you know, things on the map, it just becomes one. Which means the computer just does one calculation instead of like 500. And that's very good for me. I'm not playing on powerful hardware. Also, it just kind of looks nice. We're gonna go put that elsewhere. It looks like he's still building this POS. Probably need to figure that out. That'll stop it from causing problems. Yeah. It's all fun and games until this starts erupting again. Then it's still fun in the game, but we got problems with erupting volcanoes. Nice and chill. I really should probably do something about this. Nah. Mainly because of this. There's just tons of chlorine for no reason. When I say that, I realize this was feeding the dartlets, which will feed us when they inevitably perish. Because my Pacu are for some reason gone. These guys are fine though. They sure do like their oxygen. Let's see, so I guess this might be it, but we'll see. Oh, now we've got igneous rock. Not that big of a deal anyway. We just need some sort of tile, you know? Yay, purple. One day I'll figure out how to actually tame this volcano, but for right now we're just gonna square it away so it stops bothering us. Well, let me go through the things. Nom 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 nom. So the meteor landed about 10 cycles in. So if I'm right, it should be nowish. I could be wrong. Why is my achievement not popping? Hold on. Where's my achievement? Man. Oh. Survived 99 out of 100. Okay. Don't panic, nerd. Be patient. So this must be after this. Yeah, I'm kind of winging this, can you tell? And we'll save. Regardless of if I get the achievement or not, I still want my colonies to succeed. Okay, you're gonna be fine. That's pretty much what I wanted anyway. So eventually that'll become a smelter area. Figure out something with this at some point. Because it's kind of in a chlorine zone. That's pretty, by the way. I like what they did with the water. Probably have to wiki that or something. Okay, that's set. Yeah. Okay, good. That's gonna be a pain in the butt to clean up, but I have faith in my guys. Do it for a little bit. Let's get some of that excess garbage out of here. So this doesn't have to work as hard. Do it a little bit. I'll get that out of here. And this wonderfully kind of not 100-degree air will come up here. Oh. I just saw lunch happen. I mean, it's cooling some of it. It's not fast, but it's cooling some of it. Molten gold. 1,500 degrees, you know. That's fine. Life did not find a way for them. Probably should build some of these little corner trims up here. Give them something nice to look at. My worry is if I build this ladder, if somebody's kind of in the blast zone, especially here. Well, actually, I don't think it'll matter. I'll just be careful. Do, 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 do. We're fine. Do, 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 do. Let's see, where's Marie at? What are you up to? No, we'll be able to live for a little while. This will keep us safe from the volcano. Kind of. Maybe. Some people actually use that stuff. I don't know what for, but they use it. You know, on one hand, I'm sure there's better place to pick up sandstone, but... Well, I guess I got some putting up here. We need to clear that area out anyway. Here's rescue some creature from... itself. Now, when these guys die, I've got to get some tough meat stuff done. Has that always been there? No. Maybe it has, maybe it hasn't. But when they die, I have to, You can't just eat tough meat. You have to have the smoker that I have set up. And you have to use tender briskets. Otherwise, that is completely inedible. Why? I don't know. That's just the way it is. Good job, buddy. Look at them go. We'll let her do that. What a mess. So I think this will be my achievements. Oh, pretty cool base, huh? Our chef's just eating raw meat. Good job. I think this will be it. Well, this is how you do this achievement. We are living very cozy. Good job, guys. Yay! Now I'm one of the very few people that have this achievement. Yay! Stop that. Yay! There we go. Okay, I'm happy. I had 3 colonists. This is what we did. The meteor hit. I was like, oh no, how do I fix this? I just said to myself, at the bottom of the world, you know, there's a frozen core. So if the heat chases us down too far, and go down there, then you can see all the little lava volcanoes. And I'm like, okay, going down is going to be a little harder than I thought. So we just settled for where we did. Then I realized we have no way to breathe. We're gonna, if you can see where our base is, we're filling up on green. So we built the little vent. And that's how we did it. So I'm rather pleased with myself. But as you can tell, life found a way. Good job, team. Irradiated. Here's my little fun pet project. Wanted to show it off. Hope you enjoyed it. That's how you do the achievement. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye. Bye.